Hello, and welcome to UK Gaming Network. I'm Taru, and this is Frostpunk 2. People who have been with the channel for quite a while will know that I am very interested in city builders. They're one of my favourite genre of games, and I played all the scenarios of Frostpunk 2 actually for the channel. And it actually coincided with the fact that the very last video that I did for it, they announced the same week Frostpunk 2 was going to be released, and here we are, so much later, and it's incredible. It's an amazing game. It's definitely different from the first one, but it's still Frostpunk at its core. So today we are just going to go into the Utopia build mode and see how long it takes for me to be absolutely overwhelmed and completely destroyed and kicked out, and you know, all the other things that tend to happen during a playthrough of Frostpunk. Okay, we have all these different selections, and I think I'm going to go with Horizon just to begin with, because it's got lots of starting resources. Okay. Thinkers and Lords, because I'm quite happy to annoy the Lords. And I'm going to be a bit of a wuss, because even though I have played Frostpunk, and I should be able to do the Officer difficulty at the very least, I'm going to keep it to Citizen, just to give myself a chance. Okay, and our ambition is to colonise the Frostland. Let's begin. Okay, a new beginning. For people who don't know, Frostpunk 2 is set around about 30 years after the events of the first game, which is kind of awesome, in that you're continuing the story or the path of mankind. And this is a title screen that's come straight out of Control. So first thing we do is press pause. So here at the top we've got cold, we've got things about food, sickness, squalor and crime, and here are our necessities: shelter, food, materials, goods. We've also got guard squads. We need to open up the Frostland teams, our scouts, and here are our resources: the amount of people and the amount of workforce, and of course the amount of sick leave. And of course, as always, we have our temperature gauge for the weather map going along here. And let's begin. So let's start off by just checking our where we can build to begin with. So we've got coal there to begin with, prefabs. Food is a must, so let's get this started. And the other thing to do is get materials up and running. One of the things that I need to do as soon as possible is actually get to one of these outposts. So probably that way will be the shortest way to go. Okay, let's get things going again. And while that's happening, let's build a district. Because it's not buildings, which I do miss a little bit, but districts. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3. And even though we can expand our districts, I know we're going to need at least a second one. Do I do it that way? Yes. Alright, let's do a cheeky little speed up while this is happening. Right, let's do a quick little expand. On both of these. 1, 2, 3. Go for it. Okay, we're gonna need fuel. Extraction. Once again, an epic soundtrack. And we are going to need a food district over here. Okay, let's just zoom out. Okay, so all the frost breaking is being done. Right, still missing a few things, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Right, we can actually have buildings, but we're forced to choose where it goes. We can't just go, oh, let's do this round the circle. Research, let's put that there. And each district has a limited amount of building slots. And I can't expand anymore because we're low on heat stamps, which is this currency here. And we need heat stamps to build things. Okay, so one of the things about the research for Frostpunk 2 is that it's not just a case of you have this and research it. Each of the different political factions have a way of influencing whether or not it's a good idea. So depending on what you need to do, or what you need to think of, it will be a case of, okay, researching this will keep this many factions happy, so let's go with that. But sometimes you've got to decide, but this is clearly the better, or what the city needs right now. So it's a lot of choices, and you don't know the consequences until probably a lot later.
Is underway.
Okay, so our building has been researched, the sawmill, and we can add that to the appropriate extraction sites, which is this one for materials. Before I get to that, because of course everything costs things, I've only got 250 prefabs, so I need another extraction district to sort this out. Let's get that going, and we also need to do something about our food, so that will be our next research. So, hothouses. Okay, right, next up we need to deal with fuel, because we desperately need fuel. And I think the best way we're going to be dealing with that is with our logistics team. Because we need to get into the Frostlands, really. We need to do some scouting. Okay, they're all going up quietly. Let's see about the Frostland. Logistics Bay, what does that do? Okay. Logistics Bay. Harvest Skyways. They're very useful, but don't need them quite yet. Might just keep to the Scouts headquarters, because each territory has a threat level. But saying that, this one does have 15 Frostland teams. I might actually go with the automated ones, because even though it gives same amount of Frostland teams but less workforce, so I think that would be the best idea. Yes, it's getting colder, I know! Okay, we have access to the Frostlands, so let's go check that out. This is our city. And the Broken Mountains. As you can see here, threat level is deadly, so we don't want to go that way. We've got fuel and cores, so yeah, we've got no reason not to go there. And it will take 16 weeks and 1 day to travel.
An automaton has broken down and is blocking traffic. Technicians are on their way.
Yeah, that's the type of announcements you hear in Frostpunk 2. Right, let's move along now. Okay, we're on 99% now. And come on, 100%, come on. There we go. Let's go to our Frostland. Oh. It's not registered. It's 100%. There we go. Okay, what have we got here? We've got the tar pits, so we can get a lot of oil. And let's grab the core before we do the oil. Okay, so I have now built the council, where we can pass laws if they are voted through. So, the machinist wants to research machine-centric shifts to increase the workforce. Yeah, let's do that, because there's no reason not to research things. And here is the promise that you can see on the left-hand side, and thankfully, I do have the ability to research it. There we go. Now, let's go into the council. Okay, here we go. Let's propose a law. So, we've got goods, mass-produced goods, which is supported by the thinkers. We've got durable. We've got city, contagion, community service. Ooh, small amount of prefabs, that's always good. Or more heat stamps. Ooh, choices. Orbit heating. I might go for that one actually. Propose. Now, only 20 people are for it. We can't negotiate with the machinists because we have an active promise with them, but we do have the lords and the thinkers. So let's go with the thinkers, and we want them to vote for. What will give them on their own? So research teaching hospital. Ooh, that might actually be quite good. Liberated youth. or we can give them grant agenda so they can do the next law. Might give them that, actually. Except, and we're not going. We can negotiate with others parties, but we're not going to. We're just going to vote on this. Let's see what happens. 51 required, and we've got a handful more. Yeah.
The measure passes.
Okay, so we want to give the thinkers.
Steward. Do you hear us, Steward?
Let's grant them an agenda, and our trust with them rises as well.
A new law is in effect.
Okay, let's go to the Frostland. That is still being done. Okay, let's connect our trail. There we go. And that is currently being built. And we will get a handful of oil every single time. Now, we're doing machine-centric shifts, and then we need to do a little bit more on our heating. Okay, we have a announcement. Technocrats formed in support of heat pipe watch and mandatory schools. Technocrats, nice. So we have a new faction to contend with. They prefer progress of machines, automation and technology, the only path forward to move beyond survival into prosperity. They want equality, and they prefer reason. Okay, ooh, maintenance optimization, and the material demand is decreased. Okay, here's a quick update. Our technocrats are holding a rally, which is getting us more heat stamps. We are running out of prefabs to build things, and we're just over halfway through our scouting of the Frostlands. So, let's go. Okay, let's look at the Frostlands. So we've got these two areas opened up. Let's take back the core, because that's only a temporary thing. And that is coal, so we do kind of need that, but I am also building an oil generator, and 86 people have frozen to death. Materials, that will be very useful. Sheltered camp, ooh, we're going to need people. Materials colony, that is one of the things that we need to establish. But I don't have the trace where they came from. Oh, yeah, let's do that. And this last one is take the meat. Oh, hell yes. So we've got 15 people. Right, where can we go to next? We've got the fields, that's deadly. No. Hills, dangerous. Deadly. Anywhere else that isn't deadly? Broken mountains, deadly. Valley, safe. Plains, deadly. Dangerous. I really need to lower the safety rating of these things. So let's go back to our city. We've also had the rise of the Ice Bloods, who are radical lords. and who are essentially the opposite to our technocrats. Okay, our Frostland teams are almost finished, and we'll see if any of them survived. We have this area here, which is the wood remaining, and that is almost running out. The prefab area here, I've gotten rid of that because it was empty. I have built a food surplus hub. Sorry, that's the heating hub. Where's the food surplus one? There we go. Which allows for a increase of the stockpile. So we are stockpiling 23 per day. And 262 were injured during our exploration, but they have all survived. What's going on here? We're coming up to the first whiteouts. The temperature will drop by 40 degrees. Heat demand will greatly increase. Territories under whiteout will be impossible to explore. Sites and outposts under whiteout will be cut off. So, let's just get to it, really, because I'm not really gonna do much without with the whiteout coming. So, I'm just gonna get rid of that. City feed production becomes inefficient, and yeah, it's loud, isn't it? But our heat is doing pretty decently. We're running out of fuel, but doing quite well on coal. So yeah, this is a whiteout. Let's just wait for it to finish, shall we? And there we go. Our storm is over and we have survived, which is quite incredible, really. Okay, let's leave it there. This has been Frostpunk 2. If you enjoyed what you've seen here, thank you very much for watching. Please do check out the rest of the channel. We have retro reviews by Zoidberg, his re-review based on his current opinion and his original opinion from about 30 years ago, and it's very interesting. Lots of facts to go into those. We also have our Super Leagues that Zoidberg produces as well. All great content. So we'd really appreciate if you just took a bit of time to check it out, and all comments are welcome. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.